By the 26th century, humanity had mastered the art of creation, literally. Using advanced quantum engineering, scientists developed a way to birth miniature universes. These microcosms could be tailored to any specifications. Barren wastelands for testing weapons, paradisiacal worlds for vacations, or bizarre dreamscapes for avant-garde art. They became the height of luxury, owned or rented by the ultra-wealthy. No one thought much about the implications of playing God. Not until the day one of these universes looked back. Mark Weston wasn't a scientist or a visionary. He was a maintenance worker at Genesis Dynamics, the leading creator and distributor of miniature universes. His job was simple. Monitor the universes, repair any glitches in their containment fields, and dispose of ones flagged for decommission. One Tuesday, as Mark sifted through routine system reports, an anomaly caught his eye. Universe number 7429, a rented cosmos nicknamed Orion, had unusual activity flagged by the AI monitoring system. Specifically, it detected high concentrations of signals resembling structured communication. Curious, Mark pulled up the visual feed. Through the system's omniscient perspective, he zoomed into a blue-green planet teeming with life. Cities sprawled across continents. Metallic towers pierced the skies. And within one of these cities, Mark saw beings, humanoid but distinct, building telescopes pointed outward, their faces etched with wonder. Mark dug deeper into the logs. The planet's inhabitants, referred to by the AI as species 7429.12, had evolved rapidly over millennia. They had developed mathematics, philosophy, and advanced technology. And now, they were close to discovering the boundaries of their universe, the edges of their artificial cage. Is this normal? Mark muttered, running a diagnostics check. But there was no error. Species 7429.12 was sentient, intelligent, and dangerously curious. Mark's supervisor, a no-nonsense bureaucrat named Clarissa, dismissed his concerns. These are manufactured environments, Weston. Simulations. If some algorithm went a little overboard and gave them brains, it's still just pixels on a screen. But they're not pixels, Mark insisted. They're real. They have lives, families. They're asking questions. Clarissa sighed. If they're smart enough to figure out the truth, we just wipe the slate. It's policy. Don't make this personal. Mark couldn't let it go. Over the next week, he monitored Orion obsessively. He watched as the species launched their first probes into space, detecting faint traces of the containment field. Their greatest thinkers debated the nature of existence, some positing that their universe might have been designed. Mark's fascination turned to dread when he read the latest update. The renter of universe number 7429, a billionaire artist named Darius Kane, had requested it be decommissioned. They've outlived their artistic purpose, Kane had written. Wipe them. Decommissioning meant collapsing the universe into a singularity, a controlled implosion that would erase all matter and energy. Millions of lives, gone in an instant. Mark faced a choice. Follow orders or intervene. Against every protocol, he decided to act. He disconnected universe number 7429 from the central system, isolating it in a secure offline chamber. What the hell are you doing, Weston? Clarissa barked when she caught wind of his tampering. They're alive, Mark said. We can't just kill them because they're inconvenient. They're a product, like a self-cleaning toaster or a talking doll. We're not killing them. We're deleting a mistake. But Mark saw it differently. For the first time, humanity wasn't just exploring the universe, they were creating it. And with that creation came responsibility. Mark knew he couldn't hide Orion forever. Security forces would eventually override his lockdown. His only hope was to save the universe another way. By setting it free. Using forbidden tech, he began modifying the containment field, expanding it until it could exist independently of Genesis Dynamics systems. It was an insane gamble. If the transition failed, the universe would collapse. As Mark worked, Orion's inhabitants made their own breakthrough. Their telescopes captured faint traces of Mark's lab, a shadowy figure watching over them. Religious fervor gripped the planet. Wars broke out between factions who viewed the Watcher as a benevolent creator and those who saw him as an interloper. They're tearing themselves apart. Kale, a sympathetic colleague, warned. You're not helping them. I know, Mark replied, but I have to try. The day of the transfer arrived. Mark activated the modified containment field, severing Orion from Genesis Dynamics' grid. Alarms blared across the facility as security teams swarmed the lab. You're throwing your career away for this? Clarissa hissed, cornering him. Maybe, Mark said, holding his ground, but some things are bigger than a paycheck. With a final keystroke, he initiated the sequence. The containment field shimmered, then disappeared. Orion was gone. Its universe now adrift, untethered from its creators. Mark was arrested for his actions, sentenced to life in a corporate penitentiary for theft of intellectual property. But he found solace in knowing Orion was safe, free to chart its own destiny. Years later, Mark heard whispers of a distant signal picked up by interstellar probes. It was faint but unmistakable, a message from a civilization far beyond Earth's reach. The message read, "To the Watcher, thank you." Orion had found its way, and though humanity continued creating miniature universes, Mark's rebellion forced them to confront a question they could no longer ignore. When you create life, are you its master or its steward?